change, like I mentioned briefly, I'm gonna own up to that, because I've quoted something, so now it's I'm a man on my word, I've quoted it, and if it's anything other than that, I'm gonna let them out of that paperwork. I'm now at a point now where I have other platforms that held the client to a contract, I don't do that anymore, so that's another thing that's different, everything's month to month now, no contract, so, just peace of mind also. So there's little things, I won the award, which, okay, that means that I took care of enough people that they said that I was an okay guy. I'm a part of 5 chambers. 4 of the 5 chambers are my clients. And the 5th one's close. So I'm in the community. I'm always networking. That's a question, yes.
What was your award for?
Excuse me?
What was your award for?
The Business of the Year Ethic Award for the Better Business Bureau, Torch Award for 2018.
Ethical award?
Ethic Award.
And does that happen in your industry often?
Be ethical?
Yes.
I can name at least one person. No, there's some really good guys that are out there that I've talked to that are in the industry. I work with my peers, and we pass business back and forth to each other. If I can't handle it, I give it to them, and vice versa. And they're big box banks, and there's enough business out there. I don't need to be, it's all mine. That's not the way I work. So if it benefits somebody else, I'm good for it. Yes.
So I just had a question about your main competitors in the area. So from what I understand about payment processing, it's pretty inundated industry, similar to say, for a long time, Google AdWords, right? Selling AdWords. Realtors get like 19 calls a day from 5 different businesses offering them the same thing. And you mentioned your competitive advantage, and obviously you're transparent, you're ethical, so that puts you at a distinct advantage. But in terms of reaching out to clients, do you primarily get most of your business from just networking, or do you cold call?
I cold call only if I go to an appointment. Otherwise, 100% of my clients are referred based.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Because 90% of that industry is cold call.
Yeah. Well, when I was a manager, I would say, okay, there's ABC Main Street, go get them.
Yeah.
Come back with 20 cards. You've done your job for the day. Now go find another ABC Main Street.
Yeah.
And because the average life of credit rep is 31 days.
Yeah.
So they write a deal or two. Because to them it's really a deal at that point. They make their whatever little money they made for gas money for the next job.
And same thing goes with the industry I just mentioned. Like I had 2 or 3 jobs that aren't on my resume in between employment, where I worked for Logical Position in Lake Oswego. They were probably the best of that group, and I was there for 3 months. But it's like in the door, out the door. In terms of your company, how many employees do you have?
How many employees do I have?
Yeah.
Me. I have a virtual assistant myself. I have people that are at my platforms that help me with the admin side, and then I have a virtual assistant, but it's just me. I'm working on a couple bank relationships. If they come to fruition, I'll probably hire a bank rep, somebody to maintain the banks.
I was just curious about your business model and how, because it seems like you're different than, like the companies I mentioned before. So I was curious about how you perpetuate your business.
It's very, she asked me the question, what makes me different? Let's say that I hire that bank person, I get the couple contracts for the bank people, I would expect that person to do the same thing that I'm doing now. I've got 1099s throughout the US, but they're for like my high risk stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't count because that's such a volatile industry to begin with. But someone says to me, every once in a while I'll get an email that says, I want to work for you. if it doesn't fit, I'm not in a hurry. It's gotta be right. I'd rather just hire more admin people.
One more question?
Yep.
Oh, no, not me. Time for one more question.
Yeah, I have one. So, in my side business that I own, it's not feasible for me to carry around a debit credit machine. So a lot of vendors that are in the wedding industry, they naturally go to Stripe or Square. Do you offer something very small that you can just throw in your pocket or have in a glove box that you could?
I'm gonna let Brian answer that question.
Yeah, you like your name tag? That's what my guys have on their necks.
Oh,
It's
that's
just their card readers on the neck. It has chip and swipe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, we can do everything
Very
on the
cool.
fly.
And if it, back to your question, depending on the volume, you know, I can do a Square type rate, which it's a little bit less, but the difference is you get me. I don't know if you ever tried to get a hold of Square before.
No, I haven't. At this point right now, all I'm doing cash, check, or Venmo. Venmo's actually been probably the most popular.
Yeah.
Especially for the millennials, because that's what they use Venmo all the time.
Except you're technically not supposed to use
Yeah,
Venmo
so
for paying.
depending on how much you're processing, it depends on my answer, but it's always, yet what he uses, what I can do. If you have any other questions, by all means, call me, let's have coffee. And just because you wanna talk about merchant statements, I'm not selling you, that's not I want, it'll be a purely educational conversation, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I knew there might